Greetings everyone, this is Alt Lexington on the 11th of October 2017 at about 12:30 in the afternoon. As many of you have heard, all fleets have now got a new fleet holding. My fleet is Meriki Command. Meriki Command is under the Starfleet Renaissance roleplay group that comes from the virtual world called Second Life. And Meriki Command is an extension of that group into Star Trek Online. We are part of an armada in Star Trek Online called Novacron Intelligence, which was created by the Elorian Society fleet, as you can see here, and there are several other fleets in this armada, including Meriki Command. This video is to show the new fleet holding. So if we go to our fleet holding page, you've got the Starbase, that's one holding, the Fleet Spire, that's another holding, the Research Lab in the Delta Quadrant, the old series K-13 space station, the embassy on New Romulus, our own dilithium mine. All fleets have these holdings, and all fleets have been given a new holding with the release of Star Trek Online's Season 14 called Emergence. And this is it, Colony World. It's a Lucari colony. But it doesn't look like this picture at the moment because it's still under construction since it's only just started. And we have projects here that we can donate to improve the colony's construction. So let's go to that colony now. It is located in the Alpha Quadrant, the same quadrant as Deep Space Nine, in the Dranuur system. So that's where we will head. And we're almost there now. Excuse me. This video is just about a quick look over the colony, the new holding. And here we are at the Dranuur system, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. It is a Kentari/Lucari colony. That's two races, the Kentari and the Lucari. They've joined together to form a colony for our fleet, as they have for every fleet. And we just go to this system and enter into the system to load the colony map. And here we are in the Dranuur system. As you can see, it's a huge system with a nice, what looks like a barrier effect around it. I think it's an asteroid field with lots of gases and stuff. Just a quick fly around. As you can see, there's a moon here, and it looks like a pretty good moon. I have a feeling this moon might come into the storyline at some point. Although I haven't played any of the new storyline things yet. Because I've been busy with my other characters, but if we have a quick look at this moon, it might come into the story at some point, since it's very prominent here around our colony world. Just a quick flyby. And also there are ships, non-player character ships, NPCs, patrolling around. Some are Lucari and some are Kentari, since it's a joint Kentari-Lucari colony that supports our fleet. Now if you get close enough to the planet, you can beam down, and that's what I'm going to do, so we can get our first look at our our colony that's only just begun construction. It's right at the early stage, so it isn't very impressive at the moment. It will take years to build it up to make it impressive. Here we are. That's the beginnings of construction. This is where you beam in when you first decide to go to the land. There is a shuttle landing platform up there, but you can't get to it yet until we complete projects in our fleet holdings. These kind of projects, we have to complete them in order to gain access to construct our fleet and gain access to construct our colony and gain access to new parts of the colony, like this platform up here. Invisible barrier stopping us from getting up there until we complete enough projects to allow us access. And this guy is standing guard, stopping people from accessing the under construction landing pad for shuttles. I hope that makes sense. Now we pass our beaming point, and here we talk to a colony security officer.
Need something? I can clear you for transport, or if you're authorized, I can start an invasion simulation for you.
This guy allows you to initiate invasion simulation, which is sort of like a tactical exercise for characters to play. But you need special provisions in order to pay for the invasion, so we won't be doing that right now. I'm just showing you how to access it. You need permissions and things to access it, and you can also use him to beam back to your ship. Let's have a quick walk around. This is all still pretty new to me as well, so I'm just kind of winging through this video. We go upstairs, have a closer look. As you can see, there's the outfit tailor. This officer helps you to change your clothing. This officer is where you will requisition space equipment once we've built the colony up enough to supply that equipment. So we can't requisition space equipment from the space requisition person until the colony is built up to a sufficient level where he can supply equipment for us to requisition. Same goes for the tailor, and same goes for this person who gives you ground equipment, or will one day be able to give us ground equipment. But for now it's early days and the colony can't really do much right now. It will take us time to build up the colony to an appropriate level where it can supply things. Eventually we'll get walls for these buildings and doors and access to them and all the benefits that come with that access. As you can see, it's a nice looking island or coastline. We haven't got access to the upper level yet, just the first level and the second level, but not the upper level. A nice waterfall. Anyway, this is just a quick look around. I don't want to go into too much detail because this video will end up being too long. There's all kinds of steps up and down. Excuse me. Just have a quick run around to let you see a general idea. Now, if we look at our fleet page again, and go to the holdings and choose Colony World, we can see that these projects will help with constructing this colony to make it better. we have to fill up these projects in order to get the reward that will make this colony's construction, which will move this colony's construction on a little bit. But we can't complete these projects without donating, and pretty standard stuff. We can donate energy credits, expertise, fleet marks, and dilithium, which is pretty standard for any projects, for any fleet holding. The special stuff for this holding, though, is the colony provisions. All projects require colony provisions, and those are special for this particular fleet holding. All fleet holdings have their own special donation in addition to the standard donations. And if you want to know where to get these donations, well, these provisions, you go to this officer here, the quartermaster, who will provide you with 3 missions, 1 for each project type. So we go back to our project holdings. As you can see, this is the science project, so it's to help build up the colony's science expertise, construct the colony's science departments. These ones will help construct the colony's engineering departments, and this one will help construct the tactical departments. And these special projects down here will add decorations to the colony. We're working on one at the moment that will add plants to the colony. So I will donate a little bit of dilithium there, my daily allowance. As you donate, you get fleet credits, which allows you to buy stuff from the fleet. So the more you donate, the more you can buy. The more you can afford to buy. So donations aren't one way. You give a little and you get a little. That's the way colonies work. That's the way fleets work. Now, what I'm after is these provisions, the science ones, the engineering ones, and the tactical ones, so I can help move these projects along a bit. These mini games that this officer provides will allow you to gain those provisions so that you can donate them in exchange for credits, and those credits will be what you will use to buy the fleet equipment that this colony can provide, or any fleet holding. So I'll accept all 3 of them, and as you can see, as I accepted them, they appeared on my mission planning, and I just have to, and little arrows appeared on the map to point me to where these games are played. That's the overall map, which doesn't have the arrows. The overall map of our coastline. As you can see, the colony is here, but it's a huge coastline. You can see these circles. That marks where each of these mini games takes place. They're not impressive games, they're just mini games, not actual full-on games. So, first of all, we'll go to this one where we can collect batteries. Batteries will help with the colony's science projects, to build up the colony's science departments. And obviously, following the arrow on the map, it's this way. So let's have a look around our lovely little tropical island by the looks of things. A beach resort, sort of. It reminds me of Riser. Maybe we can build a bridge across there at some point. Who knows? Save a character getting wet. As you run around, you'll see non-player characters, both Lucari and Kentari, the races which are helping us construct this colony. The storyline says that the Kantari and the Lucari have joined forces to explore space, and Starfleet is helping them to learn how to explore space. And in return, they've supplied us with the rights to construct a base in their territory, which is this colony world. I believe that's what the story is. That's my take on it anyway. We help them, they help us. You can see they're not getting along too well, the Kantari and the Lucari. They've got a checkered history between them, so they're not getting along too well, but they're trying. And there's all kinds of arguments happening. Remember, this is all still very new to me, so some of my facts might not be right about all of this. You can see the moon in the horizon that we saw when we were in orbit. This is the mini game to collect battery provisions. Little warp cores. And you just go up to there, press the button once you're in range, and it's like on New Romulus where you scan for radiation. You use your arrow keys to align up your scanning so you can collect batteries. I'm not very good at these mini games because my internet connection isn't 100%. So sometimes I miss clicks. You can do this with the mouse to move your scanner around, but I find it easier with the keys, the arrow keys. There, you scored 660 points, which isn't very good, but it gives me a reward of 150 colony battery provisions. Usually I find you can play these games twice in a row until you have 250 provisions. Okay, almost done. See, I'm not very good at this sort of thing. But then I don't take it seriously because either way you're going to get your provisions whether you succeed or not. I go a bit more points that time. And the mission is resolved, meaning I've got all the awards I'm allowed to get for this 20-hour period. You can play these games once every 20 hours. Now, if we go to my inventory, you can see there they are. The 250 battery provisions I just earned. And one of the missions has now disappeared because it's complete, and I can't do it again for 20 hours because I'm locked out of that mission now that I've done it. You can only do these little mini games once every 20 hours. Now let me just check my character. Do I have a surfboard? Not currently on me. Maybe I can reclaim it from the dilithium store. I need a surfboard right now. Nope. There is a free surfboard. Ah, I know where I can get it. Promotions tab of the C store. There it is. Claim. Transaction successful because I bought this before and it was free anyway. Now I've got a surfboard that I can put that has appeared in my inventory. There it is. And if I equip it on my character, and here it is, suddenly appear on my toolbar. Wait for it to load in properly. Now when I go onto water I should be able to use that surfboard. Apparently I've never done it yet, but that's what they say. There we go, it's light up now so I can use it. You can get better surfboards than this one. I've got better ones, but just not currently installed in my inventory. They're in my character's bank, which I haven't got access to till I go to a banking place. Let's surf around to the next mini game, if I can remember where it is. Whoa, you've got to be careful. You've got to oversteer when using surfboards. I know it's around here somewhere. There it is. Here we are. Another mini game. This is like the scanning for particles game that you play during an event. What batteries are these going to give? We won't know until we've played it. I can't remember what they are, but I use the up and down arrow keys to collect particles to make an omega particle, to make an omega molecule. As you can see, I'm not very good at this because my mouse just doesn't cooperate in these games, so I'm forced to use the arrow keys. All you have to do is move it up and down and catch these particles as they go through, so you can make a molecule. But it speeds up. There we go. This one gives colony luxury provisions, which is for the tactical projects. The batteries were for the science projects, the luxury provisions are for the tactical project. And you can play these games twice in a row, each 20 hours. It says collect coral, but it's really like the omega particle mini game that happens during an event on Star Trek Online sometimes. The up and down arrow keys. Some people find it much easier to use the mouse because they can just make this up and down action flow much easier with a mouse, but I can't because my mouse doesn't want to cooperate. So I have to use my arrow keys, which slows it down a lot. Oh, and I can do it again because I didn't get the full 250, so it allows me to do it again until I do get 250 of these marks, these provisions. It will allow you to keep playing until you get 250, and then it will lock you out for 20 hours before you can play again. So it doesn't matter if you succeed or not, or how fast you go, because you can keep playing until you get your daily allowance. And I can do it again. By looks of it. Just keep going until I get 250 provisions. Mission resolved. That's it, I can't play it again now because I've reached my limit of 250. So there's the science ones and there's the tactical ones. Now we go and find the engineering ones, which is on foot. You can see the arrow on the mini-map to find out where you have to go. And instead of running through the water, I'll just follow the land around. Just looking at which way to go. Sometimes you have to go back on yourself in order to go forward. 2 steps back to take a step forward. Now, around here is where we should be, I think. Should be some dilithium crystals around here. There they are. So we can collect our engineering provisions. And as you notice, it's arrow keys again. Mining dilithium. Same game as when you collect dilithium on the Ferengi asteroid. Just use your arrow keys or your mouse, whichever you find easiest. Excuse me, getting over the flu. The better you do at this, the quicker you'll get your provisions, your daily allowance. But it doesn't matter if you're rubbish at it, you can still get them. You still keep going until you get your daily allowance. 200 that time. Now try again. That was a good run. For me it was anyway. Mission result, I've reached my daily limit. So let's look at my inventory and I've got all 3 daily allowances of provisions now, so I can now donate them to these projects, these colony projects. So we click on the science one and donate 250 science provisions. And as you see, they disappear from the inventory and go into the slot to increase it. 130 engineers, add 250. And tactical, add 250 to that. And I'm earning fleet credits all the time. And those fleet credits appear in my inventory here, fleet credits. I've got over 4 million, so I can buy things from my fleet shops now with that. But I have to visit each fleet holding to find the shop to buy from. Now the good thing about this is the 250 daily limit for each one is a character limit, not an account limit. So you can come back on another character and repeat these missions and get another 250. And if your other character is in a different fleet but the same armada, you can click on your armada button and donate via the armada holdings. Like if I was to come back on another character, I could do these games again and use this to donate, even though my other characters are in other fleets. As long as they're in the same armada, you can still donate to one specific fleet in that armada, or you can help out your fellow fleets that you're not a member of, which is always good. Anyway, let's run around a bit more and have a look about a bit more. It's a very large map. The actual colony building itself is quite small compared to the size of the map. You can see little areas on the beach for people. Although there is a project. One of these projects, once completed, there is a project that comes up, and once it's completed it will give you access to what's called a beach area, which is better than this area, I suppose. It's probably the blacked out section. And that will give you a nice beach area for your colony. Anyway, let's follow the land around this time and go back to where the colony is, just to have a look. The makers of Star Trek Online said that the reason they added this new fleet holding, this colony, to the game was to give all the fleets a new long-term goal to work towards. And they estimated for a standard size fleet, it may take up to 5 years to complete the colony. Some fleets will have it completed very quickly because they've got a lot of members, whereas other fleets will take years and years to complete it because they've only got a few members. But I think they wanted about a 5-year project for people. At least that's what I gather from what I've heard from the game makers. So if you're a small fleet like mine, you have to depend on your armada to help out. And they do. They help out a lot with my fleet. People who aren't even a member of my fleet but are in the same armada will donate to my fleet just out of the generosity of their hearts. So that helps a lot. And it is appreciated. I'm just running around so you can get an idea of what some of the place looks like. don't know very much about this colony at the moment because I'm still learning it myself. So this is just a basic look at the new fleet holding, not a full-on review. Now, if we go back to the quartermaster, we won't be able to do those mini missions because they're locked out. Oh, it's not a 20-hour lockout. I thought it was. It's an hour lockout. So you can do those missions every hour. That's not bad. I thought it was a 20-hour like most things in this game, but it's not. You can replay them every hour. So at that rate, oops, wrong button, that rate, you should be able to fill up these provisions pretty fast. Now this comes from selling gear and buying gear, energy credits. You get that rewarded to you throughout your general gameplay, same with expertise and dilithium and fleet marks. So there you have it. The Dranuur Colony fleet holding. I think this fleet holding is meant for larger fleets than mine, because if we look at the fleet holdings, you can see the starbase has 5 tiers to it, and the colony world has 5 tiers to it, whereas all the others are 3-tier projects. So I think this project is more for the big fleets to give them something to do rather than the small fleets. It's the 3-tier projects that help out the small fleets. So I hail the security
Need something?
officer.
I can clear you for transport, or if you're authorized, I can start an invasion
That guy.
simulation for you.
Beam up to my ship. And there we are. And return to sector space to leave the colony behind. So I don't know much about any of this yet because it's all still new to me and I've had other things to do on other characters, so I haven't had much of a chance to look into it. That was just a quick idea of what the colony is like. There's all ships from other fleets going to their colonies. Now why did I press that button? That was a mistake. But there you go. The Dranuur Colony Fleet Holding. Thanks for watching. This is Old Lexington America Command saying bye till next time.